Imagine standing in front of your suitcase, staring at it with both excitement and hesitation. The ticket is booked. The dream of strolling through Italian piazzas at sunset is just days away, but then comes the big question. What on earth should I pack at 70 years old? For many women over 60, travel isn't just about seeing new places. It's about feeling confident, stylish, and comfortable every single step of the way. This video is my honest reveal of exactly what I packed for my Italian vacation, and I promise you'll discover tips that can make your own travels not only easier, but infinitely more elegant. Because let's be real, packing at this stage of life comes with its own challenges. Our bodies have changed, our needs are different, and yet our desire to look chic and vibrant hasn't gone anywhere. In fact, I would argue it's stronger than ever. That's why I carefully curated my suitcase to blend practical travel essentials with pieces that radiate age-defying style. I wanted to walk those cobblestone streets without aching feet, but I also wanted to step into a cafe and feel like I belonged in the pages of a travel magazine. And yes, it is absolutely possible to have both. The beauty of travel after 60 is that we're wiser. We know what works for us and what simply doesn't. But sometimes it helps to peek into someone else's packing list to find inspiration. That's exactly what I'm sharing with you today. My full Italian vacation packing guide at age 70. From the capsule wardrobe pieces that created endless outfits to the skincare that kept me glowing under the Mediterranean sun, every item was chosen with thought and intention. And I believe that if you're a woman who loves fashion, comfort, and the thrill of seeing the world, you'll find something here that speaks directly to you. By the end of this video, you won't just know what clothes, shoes, and accessories made it into my bag, you'll understand the reasoning behind each choice. You'll learn how to build a travel wardrobe that's light yet luxurious, how to choose shoes that are chic but gentle on your feet, and how to protect your skin while still looking radiant. Think of it as your personal travel fashion blueprint, one designed for women who want to explore the world with confidence and elegance at any age. So if you've ever wondered how to balance comfort, beauty, and practicality on an international trip, stay with me. Because as I unzip this suitcase, you'll not only see the outfits I wore in Italy, you'll see how each piece made me feel years younger, lighter, and completely ready for the adventure ahead. And to begin, let's open with the foundation of every great suitcase, the clothes themselves. When I opened my suitcase for Italy, the very first category I tackled was clothing. At 70, I've learned that less truly is more. The secret lies in curating a capsule wardrobe, a small collection of versatile pieces that mix and match effortlessly. This approach not only lightens your luggage but also guarantees that every outfit feels intentional and chic. For this trip, I focused on breathable fabrics, timeless cuts, and a neutral palette that could transition seamlessly from a morning espresso to an evening glass of wine by the canal. One of my go-to staples was a pair of tailored linen pants in a soft beige. They were light, comfortable, and looked elegant, whether paired with a crisp white blouse or a simple silk tank. I also packed two cotton dresses, one in classic black, the other in a cheerful floral print. These dresses became my one-and-done outfits for warm afternoons, needing only a scarf or a belt to completely change the look. And of course, I included a handful of neutral tops, ivory, blush, and navy. They layered beautifully under jackets and could be tucked into skirts or trousers without ever feeling repetitive. The magic of a capsule wardrobe is how it allows you to enjoy your trip without stressing over what to wear each morning. Instead of hauling a heavy suitcase, I carried just enough to feel polished in any setting. A dinner by the sea, my floral dress with flat sandals, a museum day, linen pants with sneakers and a light cardigan. Packing this way reminded me that travel fashion over 60 isn't about excess, it's about confidence in well-chosen simplicity. And that confidence, I've found, only grows when your outfit is supported by the perfect pair of shoes. Because while a beautiful dress may draw admiration, it's your steps across those charming Italian cobblestones that determine whether you truly enjoy the journey. So next, let's talk about the shoes that made every adventure possible. If there's one lesson I've learned after years of travel, it's this. The wrong shoes can ruin even the most beautiful trip. At 70, I knew my Italian vacation would be filled with long strolls along cobblestone streets, spontaneous detours into hidden piazzas, and endless museum visits. That meant my footwear had to be both chic and forgiving. The good news? With the right choices, comfort and style can absolutely coexist. The first pair I packed was a sleek pair of leather sandals with cushioned soles. They felt light on my feet, yet polished enough for dinner's alfresco. I also brought slip-on sneakers in a soft, neutral shade, perfect for travel days when I wanted support without sacrificing style. And because Italy is the kind of place where you might wander from a cathedral to a concert in the same afternoon, I added one pair of elegant ballet flats. They slipped easily into my bag and dressed up any outfit instantly. What I noticed is how the right shoes gave me freedom. Freedom to wander for hours without blisters. Freedom to sit in a cafe, cross my legs, and know my footwear still looked sophisticated. As women over 60, we often hear we must choose between comfort and elegance. But traveling through Italy reminded me we can, in fact, have both. Looking back, I'm so glad I resisted the temptation to overpack. 3 pairs were enough to cover every situation, from casual mornings to romantic evenings. And with that simplicity, I felt lighter, freer, and more focused on experiencing the magic around me. But while shoes may carry us through the journey, it's the accessories that tell the story of who we are. A scarf, a pair of sunglasses, even the right bag, these details create a signature look that lingers in memory. So let's move into the next layer of the suitcase, the timeless accessories that transformed every outfit into something unforgettable. If clothes are the foundation and shoes are the pathway, then accessories are the finishing brushstrokes that turn a simple outfit into a work of art. On my Italian vacation, I discovered once again how just a few thoughtful pieces could elevate everything I wore, making me feel polished without being overdone. At 70, I no longer chase trends. I lean into timeless accents that speak of quiet confidence and personal style. The first accessory I tucked into my suitcase was a silk scarf. Light as air, it became my most versatile piece. Worn loosely around the neck, tied onto my handbag, or draped over my shoulders in a chilly museum, it added both color and elegance without any effort. Next, I brought oversized sunglasses, not just for sun protection, but for that instant sense of sophistication they bring. Walking through Rome with those on, I felt every bit as glamorous as the stylish women around me. I also packed a slim leather belt, one of those pieces that can transform the silhouette of a dress or cinch a loose tunic just enough to highlight the waist. And of course, my trusty crossbody bag, small, lightweight, yet structured enough to hold essentials safely while keeping my hands free for gelato or snapping photos. What I love most about accessories is how they allow you to express personality without weighing down your luggage. Each piece told its own story, and together they created a signature look that felt authentically mine. For women over 60, these details are less about decoration and more about self-expression. They say, I know who I am and I celebrate it. But as beautiful as accessories are, there's one thing they can't do: protect our skin from the blazing Italian sun. And at this age, skincare isn't optional, it's essential. That's why in the next part, I'll share the travel skincare and light makeup essentials that kept me glowing throughout my trip. No matter how chic the outfit or how comfortable the shoes, nothing compares to the glow of healthy, cared for skin. On my Italian vacation, I knew the Mediterranean sun would be both a blessing and a challenge. At 70, my skin craves protection and nourishment, so I packed a small but powerful collection of skincare and makeup that kept me radiant without weighing me down. The most important item? A broad-spectrum sunscreen with a high SPF. I applied it faithfully every morning before stepping outside, and it became the invisible shield that allowed me to enjoy long afternoons outdoors without worry. Alongside it, I carried a hydrating tinted moisturizer. It gave me just enough coverage to even out my complexion while still feeling light and breathable in the heat. That product alone became my secret to looking fresh in photos and confident in person. For my lips, I chose a tinted balm with SPF protection, because even the smallest details matter. A touch of soft rose color brightened my face instantly, and the moisture kept my lips from drying in the sun. I added a travel-size mascara for evenings when I wanted a little extra polish, but kept the rest simple. At this stage of life, heavy makeup often does more harm than good. Instead, enhancing what's already there creates a youthful, effortless beauty. The best part, my skincare and makeup bag was tiny. Everything fit neatly into a pouch I could slip into my carry-on. That simplicity gave me freedom. Less time fussing in front of a mirror, more time sipping cappuccinos and exploring winding streets. And isn't that the whole point of travel? To feel alive, present, and glowing in the moment. Of course, beauty isn't only skin deep. Feeling good on the inside is just as important as looking good on the outside. Which brings me to another category of packing that so many travelers overlook, but one that made all the difference in my journey. Next, let's talk about the health and wellness essentials that kept me energized and worry-free throughout my Italian adventure. One of the greatest lessons I've learned about travel in my 70s is this: no outfit, no accessory, and no destination feels enjoyable if you don't feel well. That's why a portion of my suitcase was always reserved for health and wellness essentials. These small but vital items gave me not only comfort, but also the confidence to fully enjoy every moment of my Italian journey. First and foremost, I packed a small pouch of vitamins and daily supplements. They may not be glamorous, but they're the foundation of my energy and overall wellness. I also included any necessary medications in clearly labeled containers, tucked neatly into a zip bag I kept in my carry-on. Having them close by gave me peace of mind, especially during long flights or unexpected travel delays. Hydration was another priority. Italy's summers can be warm, and walking for hours through sunlit streets makes it easy to forget to drink enough water. I carried a lightweight, reusable water bottle that slipped into my tote bag. It kept me refreshed and reminded me that caring for my body is as important as caring for my wardrobe. And speaking of bags, I always bring a foldable tote. It's the kind of practical addition you may not think you need until you do. From carrying a few groceries to holding souvenirs, it saved me more than once and weighed almost nothing in my luggage. These little preparations gave me freedom. Freedom to explore without worrying. Freedom to linger in museums without fatigue. Freedom to wake up each morning ready for the day ahead. At 70, I've learned that travel is so much smoother when you honor your body's needs with as much care as your fashion choices. Still, as important as health and wellness are, there's another category of items that often gets overlooked, and yet, it's these small details that truly make a trip feel effortless and enjoyable. So next, let's uncover the tiny but mighty essentials that made all the difference in my Italian vacation. Sometimes it isn't the big, glamorous pieces that shape a journey, it's the small, thoughtful items that quietly save the day. On my Italian vacation, I discovered that a handful of these tiny essentials made traveling smoother, lighter, and far less stressful. They may not look impressive in a suitcase, but when you need them, they feel like treasures. One of the first things I packed was a universal travel adapter. With all the beautiful moments I wanted to capture, my phone and camera needed constant charging. Having the right adapter meant I was never caught off guard, whether in a Rome hotel or a countryside inn. Next was a small journal and pen. It may sound old-fashioned, but jotting down notes about a cafe I loved or sketching a view of the Amalfi Coast kept the memories vivid in ways photos alone never could. I also brought a small pack of facial wipes and hand sanitizer. Italy is full of bustling trains, busy markets, and gelato cones that drip faster than you expect. These little conveniences kept me feeling fresh and prepared at all times. And tucked into a corner of my bag was a tiny jewelry case, just big enough for a pair of pearl earrings and a delicate necklace. Wearing them in the evenings instantly elevated even the simplest linen dress. These aren't extravagant things, but they reminded me that comfort and elegance often lie in the details. Each item carried a sense of reassurance, letting me enjoy the beauty of travel without unnecessary worry. At 70, I've learned that the secret to graceful travel is being prepared in ways that feel both practical and personal. And now, after revealing every layer of my suitcase, it's time to step back and reflect on what this packing journey really taught me, not just about clothes and accessories, but about living fully, stylishly, and joyfully at any age. Let's wrap it all together in the conclusion, where I'll share the lessons and inspiration I hope you'll carry into your own travels. As I zipped up my suitcase on that final morning before flying home, I realized something important. This trip had never been just about Italy. Yes, the landscapes were breathtaking, the food unforgettable, and the history all around me humbling. But at its heart, this journey was about rediscovering what it means to feel confident, stylish, and alive at 70. Every piece I packed, from the linen pants to the silk scarf, from the tinted moisturizer to the foldable tote, wasn't chosen only for practicality. They were chosen because they allowed me to show up as my fullest, happiest self. Looking back, I see that packing well is not just a logistical task, it's an act of self-respect. By building a capsule wardrobe, I told myself that elegance can be simple. By choosing comfortable shoes, I honored the journeys my feet have carried me through. With accessories, I expressed my personal flair. Through skincare, I cared for the face that has smiled through decades of life. And with health essentials and small details, I gave myself permission to feel safe, cared for, and ready for anything. In many ways, that suitcase became a reflection of who I am today. Intentional, practical, but still deeply in love with beauty. And perhaps that's the message I want every woman watching to take with her. Whether you're planning your own Italian adventure, a weekend getaway, or simply thinking about how to dress and live with confidence in your everyday life, remember this: you don't need excess to feel extraordinary. A few well-chosen pieces, a touch of personal style, and the wisdom to prioritize comfort will carry you further than a suitcase bursting at the seams ever could. At 70, travel has become less about proving something and more about savoring everything. It's about knowing I can walk into a piazza in Rome or sit in a quiet cafe in Florence and feel both comfortable in my body and confident in my presence. And if this video has shown you anything, I hope it's that travel in style over 60 is not only possible, it's a joy worth embracing. So as you plan your next journey, think about what will make you feel light, elegant, and free. Pack thoughtfully, live beautifully, and never underestimate the power of traveling with both style and grace. And if you'd like even more inspiration, I invite you to stay with me. My next video, Elegant Travel Outfits for Women Over 60, will take everything we've discussed and show you how to create looks that feel truly timeless. Be sure to subscribe so we can keep exploring this wonderful journey of style and confidence together.